Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
My name is Raul. I am the host of the Mr. Genuine podcast. This is episode 92, and to my right, I believe on your screen might be to your left. Yes. I have the one and only.
The one and only.
The man, the myth, the legend, Arturo Santiago.
Yes, thank you, man.
I can also now proudly say that I can call you Art.
No, of course.
Thank you so much.
I prefer that. Art.
Wow.
No, thank you for inviting me. It's we've been planning this for a couple of months, and I'm really happy that I'm here today, sharing with all of your viewers.
Thanks.
Yeah.
This is a legendary moment for me. Honestly, you guys can't see it. Right now, I am live on Twitch. Yeah. I'm live on TikTok. I am live on YouTube. And Art, I just want you to know that I'm really grateful that you're here. Now, we're in my home, where this is actually home base. I actually haven't been home in a minute to record an episode. This is actually really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
And all this setup is actually pretty easy to tear down and build up.
Okay.
I actually made it I kind of challenged myself to think, all right, is it easy for me to take this podcast on the go? Mm-hmm. And I found out that it is pretty easy.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
So thank you for showing up to my house too. We actually Art just finished work like 30 minutes ago. So like he's not done working. Being on the show, I consider this work, dude. So
we tell them the truth. We were working but playing golf. Mini golf, right?
That's
mini
true,
golf. That's our work.
That's the perks. The perks of being hardworking men that care about what they're doing. And we are changing the future and the future of the way we enjoy online entertainment. I guess the internet,
definitely.
Right? So it's pretty cool. I'm grateful. Actually, I met Art in this last year, and it's been it's almost been a year since I've been.
A year?
Yeah, almost.
It feels like way longer, man.
Really? Wow, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like there's a lot of people that have come and gone at the company, but when you meet the right people, you feel like you've known them for way longer than that. So I get that feeling with you, man. So it's like I feel that I've known you for a couple of years now.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's always a pleasure, man.
I hope to be in your life for many years to come.
That just depends on the company if they don't fire me.
Of course, same. And no, but like we are so blessed to be able to do what we do, and I'm grateful that you're a part of the team, man. Honestly, to have you on part of the team is super awesome. I feel a lot more comfortable knowing that I can do my job, do the things I do for the right people, and you're one of those.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
People, I appreciate it.
Oh man, it's like a mutual admirers club right here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time, Art.
No, please.
That's actually one of the main things I like to think about when I'm making these episodes, when I'm recording these videos. Mm-hmm. And yes, I've made like 30-minute long episodes. Yes, I've made like long videos, but most of my thought process is, let's provide as much value as possible. Mm-hmm. Let's just deliver ourselves and just use ourselves as the vehicle to explain and to express ourselves. Because
cool.
We're only going to be alive today. We're not promised tomorrow, and so your time is just as valuable.
I am. I made a deal with someone.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
Deal.
No, I'm kidding. No, just joke.
Dude, the crossroads.
Yeah.
I was offered the chance to go. I'm like, nah. I like being 30. I like being. I like my family. I like being home.
Yeah.
And yes, your time is valuable. And
don't worry, man. I'm so happy that I'm here and I could go talking for hours, dude. So we'll do this for as long as you want.
Thanks.
I'm happy.
Awesome. Thank you, Art.
Yeah, man.
It makes me happy to hear that as well. Well, if you wouldn't mind, Art, would you mind explaining a little bit about what you do and then
what I do?
Not like I guess let's kind of let me be more specific. Would you mind explaining a little bit more about the art that you create and the things that you like to put your mind and pour your soul into?
Ooh, okay.
If you don't mind, just sharing a little bit about that.
No, of course not. I told you. Open book. Well, sort of open book, but yeah.
Right.
So yeah, initially, dude, everything started about, early in my life. Very early. I go back to when I was 9. 8 or 9. I was a big fan of music ever since I can remember. And my two first musical pieces that I remember came from two different Latin artists. One, Luis Miguel, and then the other one was Miguel Bosé. Those two artists, they're the first songs that I can remember listening to. I probably heard different other songs, but those two, no, that's way before, like younger, like probably 4 or 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
And that's when my love for music started, but I never really pursued that until I heard Slash play Sweet Child of Mine. That was the first time that I was like, I saw him play that intro, and I was like, I want to do that for the rest of my life. So I started doing the music thing for years and years and years. I learned how to play guitar. I'm a self-taught guitarist. I don't know how to read music. I don't know any of the scales. If you ask me, like, oh, play C scale, I don't know what that is. I mean, I just move around the fret and that's it. But I don't know anything of musical theory. Nothing at all.
Dude, I would love to just dive into that stuff with you. That's my bread and butter. I love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love the C major scale. I love I love all the major scales because like it helps you kind of get familiar with it. But that's so cool. But I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No,
I'm sorry for all the noise around.
Don't worry. But yeah, and eventually music was my, and it still is. Music is my passion. And then I made a band with my girlfriend at the time, which is now my wife.
Wow.
So yeah, if you want to look us up, or called STELA on every platform that you find out there. It's music in Spanish. It's like a pop music, and then we started out like that. My wife she was a signed artist when she was a kid in a record label. She was in Emmy and then Universal, and when her contract or deal was up, she moved back to Mexicali, which is where we were from, and friends in common put us in touch, and she wanted to make a band. I was doing my own thing with another rock band, which was my band. It was like, I'm never letting this go. And when I agreed to go to a rehearsal, because they wanted me to audition, I was like, I'm not auditioning. I was like, no. No, but I went because we had friends in common. So I went there and I was like, okay, this is pretty decent and it's cool. They need a lot of help. And I was like, okay. I had very little experience on what I did at that time. But I was like, you know what? Yeah, I see a future here. So I quit my other band and I went there. And I think it was the right choice because that's how I met my wife, and I'm happier than ever at the moment. So it's like, okay, yeah, I'm here where I need to be at the moment. So it started out with music, and then all of a sudden I developed a real passion for acting. And I started going to acting classes here at UCSD. What was it, like 2 years ago? And I learned that I wasn't a fan of the theater, but I do like being like on camera, like that. It's a different style of acting, and
Yes.
I did that. And the passion for acting came from doing TikTok videos during COVID. That's how it all got started. It gave me like a I don't know, like a new sense of well, doing things, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, now you're doing this, and then you start learning about camera angles, audio, lighting. Oh, lighting is the most important thing, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. If you take off this light, dude, I look so bad right now. No, but no, I started learning all of those things, and that's how I was like, you know what, I like doing this. I like being in front of the camera. I'm not shy, so it spawned like a different interest in my life, and that's how I got into acting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was basically those two are my passions. Those two, music and acting. Yeah.
Wow, man, my brain automatically went to extract the value you got from school. So if you don't mind, what's the one thing you learned from your acting school? Like the one like lesson that you'll always carry with you forever. If you don't mind me asking, or if there's like two or three, so go ahead and share. I'm sure we would love to hear it.
So probably that's a really difficult question because it's when you're doing acting, it's there's a lot of things, layers that you have to create when you're building up a character in either a play or a movie, and then giving that character a backstory and then the emotions that go with it. And sometimes I was like, oh, you know what? I didn't have, maybe I wasn't feeling the role as I should have, or I didn't feel like invested, and I couldn't create such an interesting backstory. And I probably let a couple of opportunities slip because of that. But having that thought process and that, what do you want? I don't know how do you would say this, but it's like not the understanding, the, oh man, I lost the word. Probably the drive to keep pushing to get something out of that character. That's pretty much like what I took from it, like acting. And it's helped me out like in more ways than I've imagined, and it's helped me out in my job. As you know, like in my job, I interview employees. They're called employee spotlights, and then we recently started doing a podcast at the company, and actually the acting skills that I learned helped me to be better like on camera. Mm-hmm. So it's like, yeah, I've been using that, not the way that I wanted to, because I wanted to like be in a Marvel film, right? Or do something like with DiCaprio or Johnny Depp or someone. Yeah, of course.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And you will. That's what you really want to do, you know?
Yeah. I hope I will at one point.
You will. Most certainly. You're awesome, dude. I was going to say, if I could and add to what you're saying, mm-hmm. It's like this. I like to think about people wearing masks. It's like, do you know who Chase Hughes is?
Chase Hughes, no.
He's a CIA. Well, he works with the CIA. He works with a bunch of like internal like government officials that just like go out there and just have to like read people really fast.
Okay.
And he like finds all these patterns, and I encourage you to check them out if you want.
Okay.
It's good to study this stuff. And he talks about this concept of like sometimes people would just wear masks. Mm-hmm. We were talking about how like it's crazy how you see people always positive, like smiling all the time. I try to be that way as well, you know, like you were mentioning, right?
Of course.
But like, yeah, I think too as an actor too, like, okay, well, as an actor, you're wearing a mask, you're wearing this, like you're trying to be this person, and then once you're off screen, either you keep the mask on, you do this thing called what is this? Method acting.
Which
is like, I'm thinking like every day you're kind of method acting, being yourself. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, you wake up, you're like, who is Art? You know, who am I? Right?
If you want to go really deep, like in a conversation, yeah, dude, it's like, even if you're not acting, a lot of people, when you ask them like, who are you? They give you the same response, like, oh, I'm let's say Art, Raul, and then, but who are you? Like, and they, oh, I work in marketing. I'm a musician. I'm an actor. No, but who are you? That's what you do. That's not who you are. And then they go off of these answers, but they don't really tell you who they are. And most people don't know who they are. They know what they do. They know what they're supposed to do and things like that, but they don't know who they are. And that's why I said, if you want to go deep, we can go down a rabbit hole so far off, dude. It's like, we don't have enough tape for this.
Exactly. I'm gonna need another SDG email for this, dude.
No, but yeah, that's, I like talking about that stuff, and like those deep things that you need to like really think about, you know? And but yeah, it's
because like these episodes, like right now, I'm super self-conscious. My hair's crazy right now.
Oh man, don't.
And but not in a bad way. Like I love myself. I love my family. I love being here. I love the fact that you're here. I'm super like present in the moment. Like I have all these things in the future I'm thinking about. Tomorrow I have a show I'm gonna be playing at.
Oh nice.
I'll be at the Balboa Space and Air Museum with my neighbors, playing some music for a bunch of people that support veterans and my fans and my family. My girlfriend's gonna be there. All these things in the future, you know. I was thinking about earlier today. I was thinking about all this stuff. But like, I'm here in this present moment right now.
Yeah.
Like, and I was a little stressed out. I slowed down a little bit. And I'm like, let's relax.
You got stressed out from playing mini golf?
Dude, I was thinking about the show. I was thinking about all this other shit. Gotta practice tonight. What am I gonna do after this? I'm gonna go practice with my band, with my other band, play some music, practice for tomorrow's show. And at some point, I'm gonna get some sleep.
Yeah. One of the best advices I ever gotten from, and I can't remember who was a person that told me this. It's like, not everyone can live in the moment. Not everyone is present, and that goes a long way when you're trying to do something good, or at least excel with something in your life. Because if you're not focused on that specific thing, let's say you musician, right? If I'm learning to play the guitar, but I'm thinking, oh man, this is so difficult, or what is, if he hears me play, you're self-conscious, right? If he hears me play, I'm not that good, you start comparing yourself to others. And the thing is, or if you're writing a song, right? If you're thinking about, I don't know, like, oh, maybe people are not going to like this. You're not living in that moment where the feeling or the emotion of yourself that you need to put in that song. So it's like, if you're not there, then all the other things in your mind are just noise that are not supposed to be there. So it's like, if you live in the present, that's the best thing that you can ever do, because you're living the moment. You're not letting anything affect you from the outside, and you are so focused in that part that there's nothing else. Right. So it's like, it's the best way that you can do or help to overcome anything that you have going on. So it's like, it was a good advice. It's really difficult to apply, because you can't control like what thoughts go into your head at random moments. Like if you're trying to go to sleep and then, oh man, I didn't do this. And then you just go down like a path and a rabbit hole, and then you're awake at 5 a.m. like, oh man, I didn't get sleep because I was thinking. Yeah. So, yeah, you know?
Yeah.
But,
awesome.
But yeah.
And that's, I can totally just absorb that information. Whoever that told you that, it's awesome.
I can't remember who it was, and I can't remember where I was. And at one point in my life that someone told me that, but I can't remember who it was.
Well,
the good thing is I kept it.
Yeah, 100%. And you have to, like,
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, just like being in camera. This is who you are right now. This is who we are right now. You know, we'll be able to look back at this video. And, like,
exactly.
Tomorrow, obviously, we'll be able to look at this tonight.
Yeah.
And we'll be able to realize that we captured who we were in this moment, and we were truly present.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we're nowhere else. I mean, I'm sure you would like to be other places all at once.
Oh no, I'm really happy being right here right now.
Same here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's actually the Jersey. Come here. Come on.
Yeah.
Because
Jersey Mike.
My dog is here. I know I'm not gonna have her forever. You know, I'm grateful that I have a dog that is healthy, pretty. You have something to say, Jersey?
Yeah. Don't bark at me. She's still getting to know me. Yeah, she's still like, who's this guy? Who's this guy?
She's trying to break her out of her shell.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, I bring her up because I've read, I think it was in the book, like, Think and Grow Rich, is one of the famous books out there. It's a, or it might have been like a Zig Ziglar book or something. But like, the best salesman in the world can learn a thing or two from like a dog, because like a dog, all they gotta do is wag their tail and just be present, and they'll get anything they want.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll get the treats, they'll get the pets, they'll get whatever they want. And I think that's whenever I'm like I'm too much in my head, I think, okay, well, I could just think about an animal or a bird out there, you know, that they're just struggling out there to fucking find a worm, you know, waking up every day. And like, we're so blessed to have the ability to think and create and to be with awesome people. I can choose who I want to be with. I can choose how I want to spend my time.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm so glad that we're making this episode. I'm glad that you're here, Art. I mean,
don't bite me.
There's two questions I really wanted to ask you, and then we can close out, and then if we can add however much you want to add to this episode. Sure. But the first thing I wanted to ask you, it's like a bit of a two-part question, but it's mostly in regarding something that you recorded. I was browsing through your YouTube channel, and by the way, subscribe, everybody watching. Subscribe to Art. Yeah. Subscribe to the STELA, and listen to STELA. Listen to their most recent work. And you guys haven't done anything recently, but you guys are going to be uploading something soon.
We're recording a song at the moment. We're doing a record, but that has been in the works for over a year now. And it's been like creating, and then, I didn't like it, delete, start over, redo. It's been a process. Yeah. But I have no urgency to get it out, but I know when I do, it's gonna be the perfect.
It's a bit banger.
It's gonna be the perfect time to get it out. Yeah.
I'm already excited for that. And
I'm super excited. I'm super excited.
Before I started the recording for the episode, I was listening to your music and I was trying to absorb the energy that is Stella, the energy that is your music. You Art is an amazing musician, and he's in a band with his wife, now wife.
Yeah, now wife.
Now wife, and I believe your wife's brother, right?
Yes.
And that is quite an amazing thing. I want to give you guys kudos and props to that. So like to have the luxury to be able to play with family and now 100% family. That's a luxury that I think most people will never get to experience that I don't take for granted. Like I get to play music with my family.
That's pretty cool.
And I now my bands that I'm in, I consider them my family. They're really close to me, and I'm a very realistic person. That if I were to just, if for whatever reason I was dropped from the band, if I was like, all right, guys, I'm fired from the band, I would be fine. I know that I like whatever I did with the band at the time that I did things with. I'm like, I'm happy with it, and I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna start my own solo career. Fuck these guys. But
I mean, you can,
totally,
dude. You're good. I've heard you like play, and you're good, man.
I appreciate that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Of
course,
man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We should make a song together if you're down. Like,
yeah, of
after
course,
you finish your
dude.
project, whenever you're free, let's make something.
Yeah. We got guitars in the warehouse as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And a bass.
I was basically I was trying to get to my question, and it's in regarding the video that you uploaded when you were 21. You uploaded this video of you skydiving.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you did.
Yeah.
Because I see like a 21-year-old Art in the present moment about to jump out of a fucking plane.
Yeah, dude.
Up in the sky, and that's scary. You know, I have no desire to jump out of a plane. But you did it, and you were up there.
Ah, yeah.
But I'm glad that you recorded the footage. I'm glad that you uploaded it. I'm glad that you are somebody that creates and I like to just share things online because that's stuff that'll be there for a long time, and you'll be able to look back at that when you're 100 years old. Like, oh shit, I jumped out of a plane when I was 21.
And that's the reason I did it. That was a gift from my dad for my 21st birthday.
No way.
And yeah, and I did it here in San Diego in Brownfield. And it was one, and I think when I landed, I can't remember if I said this or not, but because it was tandem, it was my first time. So when I landed, the guy with the camera said, hey, way to go, Arturo. How do you feel? Or how was it? And I'm like, oh, and I think I said, oh, it's better than sex. Because it was such a thrill, dude. Such a thrill. It's scary. It's scary. Yeah, and I remember it was probably, I don't know, 8 people on that plane. And then, and you can see on the video, if you go watch it, you can see that before I jumped, a girl, a lady, got scared and she backed off. And I was like, no, why? Everyone else had already gone, and there was probably a couple of people left on the plane. But watching her back off, it was like, dude, why did she get scared? And I was excited. I was like, yeah, but I was nervous.
Of course.
And when she backed off, I'm like, shit, I started feeling a little bit of fear. That's one thing about me. I live my life fearless. And that's one of the best things that I don't know if I decided to do that or if fear wasn't like embedded in me, but fear is limit. And then that's the only thing that's prohibited from my life. I live fearlessly without any limits. But going back to the skydiving thing.
You have to be fearless to do that shit. That's crazy.
I was young. I was super adventurous. I still am. But right now, I would definitely think twice or thrice of doing like bungee jumping or getting up on a plane again and skydiving.
I know you probably could.
I probably could.
You've already done it.
Yes, but it's different. You have a different mentality. Now it's like you know more, and it's like, oh man, bad things could happen. When I was young, it's like you never think about the bad things that could happen, and that was the fun part of it. Now that I know, it's like, oh man, if something happens, am I leaving my wife now? It's like she's gonna be heartbroken, and then all the people that love me, the same thing. So it's like
that's totally different. It's a different reality to live in.
Yeah, it's a different mentality perception that you have, right? But yeah, so that girl got scared. She stopped, and then she didn't jump. I was next. So when they put me like on the edge, the guy said, they give you instructions like lean your head back because when you jump, you could hit him on the person on the back of you. You could hit him on the head, on the face, or on the nose, break his nose or something like that. So they put your head like on his shoulder, and then he moves his head. So you can see me on the video that I'm like, oh shit, oh shit. And then all of a sudden we jump. And then when we jump, it's like, you're not thinking. You don't think. It's basically just like, okay, I'm here. And then you start feeling everything. And it was such a thrill, man. Wow. It was one of the best things that I've ever done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Art, for allowing me to kind of
as an experience. Yeah. There's probably one or two that could come close to that, but I don't know. I haven't probably done others. Yeah. But I've swam with sharks, and that's pretty scary as well, because you have no control of that thing, but it's fun. It's a fun thing. Yeah.
Oh man, adventurous is a word that I would use to describe you for sure. That's now for sure, knowing what I know about you, guaranteed, man.
Yeah.
Like, give me one word to describe Art. Adventurous for sure. And kind.
That's pretty cool.
You're kind, man, and adventurous. Like, I know you're busy and always on the go. Like, you're just a ball of energy, ready just on to the next thing. So I appreciate all the effort that you put into the company, into your own like creativity and your own craft, man. So just being on the show is just proof that you're like that, you know?
Oh yeah.
I'm very careful with who I put on the show and who my dog.
I'm
super selective.
He should be co-hosting.
Yeah, she's the podcast mascot. But I mean, like, whenever I have people on the show, I want to be mindful of who I'm allowing to be on the show, and it's a no-brainer to have you on here. It's a no-brainer to be like, dude, of course I'm gonna have Art on the show. Of course I'm having, of course. I'd be losing all these opportunities if I didn't have, you know. And you would be like, you wouldn't be here, being 100% you. This is just a version of Art that is just as adventurous as in the future Art, past Art. And I appreciate you for answering my question. I was going to ask, like, how was that? What were you thinking? Like, but that's no thoughts, head empty, just having fun and just being in the present moment, because you got
and I think that's one of the best things that some people could do is like, I have a lot of friends that overthink things, and that's, I mean, it's basically who they are, right? But I always try to tell them, don't do that. Because someone actually told me when I was younger, like, don't overthink. I was working in a logistics company. I was a fleet manager, and I'm a perfectionist. And when I was planning the routes of like all my truck drivers, I try to do it in a way that everyone was getting the same equal amount of miles so they could get paid and everything. And I would spend like hours, dude, just trying to figure that out. And my boss, my manager at the time, said, don't overthink it, just do it. Like, if you move this person a little bit more, then you just make up for this guy later on. And I was so much into a world like, no, I want everyone to have like the same amount, because truck drivers talk, man. They talk a lot, and themselves.
Hey, shout out all the truck drivers out there. Shout out all the hardworking truck drivers out there in the world. That's a tough job.
It's a tough job. And lucky enough, I was able to go with them on a trip, because I've never been and I didn't know what a truck driver's life was. So we went from El Centro, California to Del Rio, Texas, which is not a bad trip. It's probably
not a bad trip.
I don't know, like
that's a good trip.
10-hour. No, from to El Paso was about 8 hours, and then from El Paso to Del Rio was I can't remember, but it was probably like a day,
plus or minus
like
2 hours, kind of thing.
No, a little bit more, but yeah, it was like a day trip, right? And that's when I learned, like, damn, these guys, because I had those guys being on the truck for months, like 2-3 months, and they live there, dude. It's like their home, and some of them were team drivers.
Oh wow!
So it's like, shit, dude. And that's when it hit me, like, okay, I need to be more mindful of how I talk to them, because it's very easy to get frustrated when you're just waiting for a load to take to some other place, or you just have a bad day. So I was like, oh man, I learned how to be like a little bit mindful of how we communicate. And I definitely earned I have like a newfound respect for them because of how they do their job and why they do their job, right? So it's yeah.
Incredible.
Shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
It's important, man, because like without other people in the
yeah.
world, like you, without truck drivers and people that just like show up to work, even when they don't feel like it,
Yeah.
even when they don't want to, this world wouldn't be nearly as great, dude. Like this country, this world, 100%. This world,
Exactly.
this
Yeah,
world,
yeah.
like a lot of people out there doing things that they don't want to do for their families, you know, for
Yeah.
the ones they love, and it inspires me, you know. So
Yeah,
to
yeah,
hear that, to
definitely.
make their lives easier is something I definitely strive for. But obviously, life is tough, even for us. You know, life is
Yeah.
tough, you know. So being able to have that support is always a blessing. Always
Mm-hmm.
a blessing. But dude, that's so cool. We definitely dive into that for sure. But I want you to be aware, Art. We've been recording, we've been live streaming for over 30 minutes here for the episode.
Nice.
It was a 30-minute episode easily. I didn't even think about it.
No. Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a little shorter, but I'm like,
No,
dude,
I like to talk.
Me too. Me too.
That's why I told you if we go over, I don't mind because I know that I can talk. But yeah, we can honestly, because I've done like my live streams in the past. Well, me and my wife when during COVID, we live streamed but playing. So that was our thing. We started doing that way before when, probably 2015 or 16 when Facebook barely started having the live function. I remember that Facebook got it, and then there was another platform called Periscope. I don't know if you remember that one.
I think it sounds familiar. Yeah.
So we were doing lives, and then because we were at that time we were heavy into the music scene, so we would just play covers and during our live streams, and that's how we would try and get people to that was our bait, so they can hear our original music, right?
To follow and to just
yeah.
tag along. Yeah.
So yeah, I and when we were doing that, some of these live streams would go on for 2-3 hours. So I was like, yeah, I know I can talk.
Yeah. That's awesome. Was you got the experience. You solidified the experience and the ability to.
Yeah.
That's honestly a skill set. A lot of people can't even go 30 minutes talking to people.
Yeah.
And it's not just say anything that's bad. It's a skill that I even worked on myself. I remember like there was times where I was invited to like business events or whatever for like school or whatever. And I would like go into that room and I would feel so uncomfortable. I wouldn't even want to go to a table and talk to somebody or say hi. And it took me years to just develop this skill to be like, all right, you know what? And now I have the mindset. I walked into this room for a reason. God sent me. I'm here because I have to represent my family. I'm here because I have all this energy that I want to do, and I have so many things that I just want to provide, and I just want to learn too.
Yeah.
Ultimately, I just want to learn. Oh, do you remember Jesus? Oh, this is we're both sharing this. Jesus. Some people are in here.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus, what up, Jesus? Welcome, man.
Yeah.
And because of people like Jesus, people that just came in, and that's what makes it all like worth. You know, it makes it all worthwhile because it makes all those times where I wasn't comfortable talking in front of the camera, wasn't comfortable talking to people, coming in front of here and talking to people. It's all like, oh, this is easy now. Like for me, it's like I'm on autopilot right now.
Exactly.
Chill, you know?
Yeah.
And it's easy for me to even just be quiet. Like, too, like, you know what? I'm gonna drive to work. I'm gonna drive home, and silence.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right, just in my own head, just chilling.
Yeah,
I'm okay
yeah.
with doing that too.
So you know how it's a funny story. Before, when was it? 2014, 15 probably. I was probably like the same as you, and no one believes me here at the company because I always tell them I'm an introvert, and I'm like, bullshit, you are. I'm like, no, yes I am. It's like here, it's not a mask, but it's like, this is work art, you know. It's like I try to be positive, and I try to put out as much positive energy to the people around me. And I was not the person that could talk to anyone. Before that, I was the shyest person that you can imagine. And how I got over that, I don't want to say that it was loneliness, but it was what's another word? Let's see. Solitude. That's the word I want to use. When I moved to San Diego, I lived with a friend, but that friend was never home. I didn't have internet in the home, so after work, I got home, no one to talk to, no one to chat with. So when every weekend I would go from San Diego back to Mexicali to see my wife, because at the time we were not living together.
I see.
I came to San Diego first to look for a job, get settled in, then I brought her out. So at that point, I was so like, I felt alone, and I had energy built up that I needed to get out. So when I would go back to Mexicali and I went to like a get together, I would find myself striking up conversations with random people I didn't know. And eventually I got into that habit, and without me thinking about it, I started being more extroverted in a sense, and that stuck with me. And I've never gone back to being the shy kid ever again. It was just like, you know what? This is so easy, and it's fun. Plus, you meet a lot of new people. You could make potential new friends when you're talking to people. If you're that shy person, it's very rare that you're going to have like a huge group of friends, because you're limited to the possibilities. You're limiting yourself to the possibilities that can happen to you, right? And by doing that, it's like, oh yeah, I'm meeting a lot of new people, and it's open doors, opportunities, and never look back. I was so happy that happened to me. So, but yeah, that was the story of how it all came to be, the ending of Shy Art.
That was the upbringing and the becoming of Art 2.0, or Art 3.0.
I'm pretty much at 4.0 right now. I think.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, Art.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy. Everybody is a stranger until you get to know them. Like, people are just in general.
Even if you know someone, they're still a stranger. You don't know how much you know about that person. Even if they're your, like, a close friend, a lot of people have these barriers, and you don't know what they share. So it's like really difficult to know someone fully.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I mean, I think it's also just an evolutionary thing to feel safe, but also to want to be a part of a tribe. I think if you really go down to it, like, if you really, like, another rabbit hole we could totally get into.
Yeah, right.
For sure. Like, like we all want to be a part of something. And I've said this before on the podcast, and something I learned from Chase Hughes. Everybody is afraid of something. Everybody wants something, and everybody just wants to belong and be heard. You know, a part of a tribe. So these are things that I keep in mind too. That makes it easier for me to interact with people. Be like, all right, I know when I see somebody, beautiful person or an ugly person or a big person or a small person, like, hey, they just want to feel the same things that I want to feel. Of course, to feel accepted, to feel happy, to feel joy, and to make sure that everybody in their family is doing good. Normal things that just make sense to me at least. But like you said, there are just some people that are just don't have that mindset, and I respect that too. Because I think to be able to know people like that, it reminds you that, hey, it's a refresher that, like, oh, not everybody thinks the same way as you do, obviously, but not everybody has that ability to say, today's going to be the best day ever. Today's going to be the day where I crack the code. Today's going to be the day where I just become what I wanted to be for the rest of my life. The unexpected is going to be possible today. The unbelievable. All this positive stuff, but it's all day by day for some people, and it's kind of crazy because I heard this thing and it blew my mind. Like, it said, stop counting the days, make the days count. Exactly. And that's the way I think about it, man. Exactly. That's the easiest way to kind of go about. Yeah. You know, that's why I wake up every day excited to meet the people I'm gonna meet. Excited about how I'm gonna get this episode across with you. Yeah,
exactly.
So how are we gonna do this? Well, let's go ahead and just do what we can today and go from there.
So you know how people say, oh, I fucking hate Mondays, right? Yeah. And I'm like,
I understand it.
I do understand, like, but it's like, and some people say, like, unhappy Mondays. I'm like, no, man, just be happy you're alive. If you're breathing, you're supposed to be happy. Because if you're not, then you're not. So it's like,
choose to be.
It's happiness. It's you choose to be happy, and that's how it is. There's no other way. It's like every single thing that happens to you is you choose to react in a way. You could choose to be angry, or you can choose to be happy. So it's that.
Yeah, and that power of choice is everything sometimes for some people. Yeah. Like so there are people out there that can't even do things for themselves.
Exactly.
And that tears me apart. Like, literally just like Yeah, and I know people like this, like, and it's a blessing to be able to help when you can. It's also reassuring to know that they're okay. That's always the best part about it. I think this has probably been the best episode yet. No, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
You're just saying that because I'm right here.
This is the best episode to date, and I pride myself in saying that, and I pride myself in accepting that as truth, because you want everything that you're creating in the future to be the best thing.
Exactly.
And if you're not doing that, then you're going back, and then you're being stagnant. You're just or being worse. Then obviously just you're trash. You're shit. You don't want to be trash. And this morning actually, I told my girlfriend a Bob Dylan lyric. He says, and I think it. It's like, he goes, "He not busy being born is busy dying." And that's the first thing. One of the things I told her, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah." And she's like, "What?" But then she obviously got it right away. She's really smart. Yeah. And I think about that, and I used to say that a lot when I was working at the Taylor Guitars company. And he not busy being born is busy dying. So he's not doing something with his life, and it's just letting life go by him. And this is the best podcast so far. And by the way, if anybody's watching so far, if anybody's still hanging out, subscribe, follow Art, follow Tutu Santiago on TikTok. Please, guys, subscribe. Yeah,
Mr. Genuine Official.
That's right.
Yeah. Follow him. We're on the 92nd episode, right? Yes.
Episode 92. It's crazy, and you're right. It was just a bunch of consistency and just showing up. And I have met so many people online, and actually, that's one of the main reasons. One of the main reasons why I come on here is to make music, to show off my skills, but also to help people. I teach guitar.
Okay.
I mean, I love doing that.
Yeah.
And I love to just, I want to leave this earth better than when I found it. That's something that's the way I think about it.
It's a nice way to live.
I want to ask you this question, and then I think we'll wrap up the episode if that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you have something else to say, of course. If something comes to mind, then just say it, of course.
Yeah.
But my question for you is, and I told you about this the first time I brought the idea of a podcast, and the question for you today is, what is your secret to success, Art?
My hair.
Yeah. You just said that.
My hair. Even though I'm losing it. No, I'm kidding.
You're going to keep it fresh.
No.
That's a great answer, though. That's a great answer.
No. It's so stupid. And it's funny. But I remember when you asked me, and I told you the same answer. But no. See, obviously I could ask you the question, like, what do I consider, what anyone considers as success, right? And there's a lot of answers that I could give you. I haven't landed on one exactly, but the reason I would consider myself successful is because I haven't given up on anything. So as long as you keep trying, you're successful in everything, and you're not a failure. So to me, it's always keep trying. Always do what you want to do, and whatever makes you happy. As long as you keep doing that, then success is there. It's always there. But yeah, that would be my answer, probably.
It's very powerful. Honestly, like some of these words that you say, like, might just inspire somebody to just keep going on. So thank you for that message.
Oh yeah,
thank you for sharing like just your secrets to success. And honestly, it takes a bit of like vulnerability and honesty to be able to say like, well, I have so many things I could just kind of break down, but the reality is, here's the message, and that's an awesome message. Don't give up. If you have a dream, if you have something you want to do.
I do have, for example, I've always wanted to be a good speaker, and I was working in a company here in San Diego that they had there's a program called Toastmasters. I don't know if you heard about this. It's for public speaking. And I joined one of those courses. I learned very little from that, but it did help me get through some barriers that I had that prevented me, because I told you I was shy. I would never in my life think about me talking in front of people or like any public event, but
that never crossed your mind.
Never ever. Never. Because I was a musician. I wanted to play guitar. I can't sing for shit, but I do like playing. And I was like, okay, I prefer being the guy that makes you feel something rather than you hearing the person that's actually giving you the words to the emotion that I'm providing. And it was when I did that Toastmaster class, it gave me like like I mentioned, it broke down some barriers that I had. And I've always wanted to do like public speaking. Well, one, because if you're good, they make a shitload of money. Oh, yeah. But I wanted to do it because what you said earlier, that you never know who's listening, and you never know who's listening, and you never know how your words can affect people. And obviously, I want to affect people in a positive way.
Thank you. Thank you.
But
on behalf of all of us listening to you right now, thank you. Art.
No. Thank you for this. But I have a huge problem that I can't do public speaking because I don't know if I have like a attention deficit disorder or something like that, but I can't continue with a thought. I always get either sidetracked or thinking about, I don't know, something else, and I can't finish. And that's why sometimes during this podcast, I was like, damn, I lost my train of thought. And it's like, okay, I need to get it back. And sometimes I can't. I can't do that. And it's like, oh, shit. And
this is impromptu, man. This is like on the spot, too. Like, if you had like a script, if you had like a bullet notes, I'm sure it would have been just totally different than obviously like the freestyle flow.
But it's different. When you do public speaking, there's a natural flow that goes into it. And obviously, yeah, you do have some bullet points. But when you're really passionate about getting an idea across, it's like it's not written. It's something that comes out probably in the moment and from your heart. And when you lose track of that or that thought, it's like, oh shit, what was I saying? And I can't remember what I was saying. It was because it was an emotion. And like, shit, I can't get it back. So I lose track, and that's that's like my biggest barrier, that why I don't do public speaking, but I would love to do it.
Can I try to give you something, Art?
Yeah, of course, dude.
Let me try to see if I can explain this properly, because I discovered this I think like 2 years ago, last year, possibly 2 years ago. So I think what will help with that, and what I think would be super beneficial, is to have something that anchors you down and that transforms your mind and like allows you to put on this filter of like, boom, I'm a guest speaker now that says everything he needs to say and says what he needs to say, so it impacts the people in the positive way, the way that I intended it, and I say what they need to hear. And what I recommend is having, like, for example, like this. My girlfriend made me this, right? As soon as I put this on, it's work mode. I'm currently in this zone, and I'm in this mindset that I have to deliver a message. Okay. I'm like, because this thing is on. Let's say the way I turn on this mode. Oh shit, bro! Damn. Thank you. Let's say the way I turn on this mode that I'm in is by taking off my glasses, or putting on some specific shoes or specific socks, or I put on this hat. And as soon as I put on this thing, this suit, this underwear, whatever it is, this. In this case, for example, maybe like this wristband or this thing that my dad gave me. As soon as I put this thing on, I'm in this mode of like, okay, I'm in it. I'm him. There's no way that I'm not gonna do what I came here to do because of this thing that I have on. And it just like reminds me, okay, I'm here for a reason. I'm here to deliver a message. I'm gonna try my best not to say or stutter, or just to get distracted, because it's easy to get distracted. Because like your mind is the first thing you turn on every day. And if you're not like aware of like, yeah, I'm driving this shit today. I'm the boss today. I'm gonna make sure that everyone gets fed today. I'm gonna make sure that everyone has an awesome day. That's what I wanted to share with you, Art.
Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, I really do appreciate it, because, I'm gonna apply that. I'm gonna work on that. So see if to what level it does get me through that barrier that I have. If it benefits you,
maybe this could be some maybe just some fluff.
No, yeah, but everything's, I mean, I'll try everything once. That's my motto, and that's more towards food, but yeah, me, the adventurous type.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll try everything once.
You being on this podcast episode, this is the first time you've been on the episode. I would love to have you
Yeah.
back if your schedule allows it.
Pleasure.
You're busy, man.
Pleasure.
Thank you so much
Yeah.
for being
Oh,
here. Seriously.
Thank you, man.
I think this is a great place to wrap up the episode.
Yeah.
If you have anything else to say, now
No,
is your time. Speak
good.
or forever hold your peace. Or whatever they say in the
No,
quote.
yeah. No, I'm good. Thank you for having me. Thank you for giving me the space. Thank you for letting our voices be heard through your channels. So yeah, I really do appreciate it, man. It's I think this is the first podcast episode that I'm here as a guest, because on the other ones I've hosted, but it is. This is the
Wow,
first
thank
podcast
you.
episode that I've been on a guest at.
Thank
Yeah.
you for being a guest. And welcome.
Yeah.
This is the Mr. Genuine setup. This is
You-
all I do. I just
You know what they
stream-
say, you never forget your first, right?
True that. It's a very true thing. Well,
Yeah.
many to come. Many more episodes to come. Many more live
Yes.
streams and many more work ahead. And thank you all
Yeah.
again.
And don't stop doing this, okay?
Yes,
Ever. Yeah.
I won't.
Just keep on. Yeah, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks, sir.
Yeah,
This
man.
is episode 92, everybody. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you guys.
Subscribe again and check out Stella. They rock. All right, rock stars. We're out of here. Peace out.
Peace.